For most of the 20th century, the medical consensus was that the adult human brain was essentially fixed, a biological machine with a permanent, immutable architecture. We have since entered an era of total digital convenience. We offload our spatial navigation to GPS, our math to calculators, and our creative ideation to generative AI. This shift is driven by a specific assumption, that by automating these chores, we are saving time without changing our own underlying capabilities. But the brain is a living organ that adapts to repetition. It cannot distinguish between a digital shortcut and a physical habit. Every interaction with an algorithm is a physical sculpting event. Evidence for this sculpting effect emerged in a series of 2024 studies conducted at the MIT Media Lab. Researchers used EEG to monitor brain activity while subjects performed writing tasks. This data shows a significant drop in engagement when the subjects switched from writing independently to using an AI assistant. Their prefrontal cortex activity was measurably suppressed. This region is the seat of our critical thinking and executive function. It is the biological engine we use to solve hard problems and manage complex information. When we delegate generative work to AI, we are shifting our highest-order cognitive architecture into a state of measurable inactivity. This inactivity is dangerous because of the way neural networks grow. The foundational principle, Hebb's rule, states that neurons that fire together wire together. We can see the physical results of this rule in a landmark study of navigation from University College London. London taxi drivers spend years memorizing 25,000 streets to pass a grueling exam. In response to that sustained cognitive demand, the region of their brain responsible for memory and navigation, the posterior hippocampus, physically grows in volume. Learning scientists refer to this as a desirable difficulty. The frustration and mental effort of the struggle are the exact biological triggers required to build durable knowledge. Cognitive struggle is not an obstacle to learning, it is the physical mechanism of growth. But the brain is also a metabolically expensive organ. To save energy, it constantly balances its ledger through a process of optimization. This is synaptic pruning. The brain identifies connections that are no longer being activated and systematically dismantles them to conserve resources. Consider Path A, drafting from scratch. Initiating thought fires ideation circuits, making pathways stronger. Now Path B, using AI to generate the draft. Bypassing initiation makes generative neurons go dark. A prompt and receive circuit lights up, while independent pathways disconnect. By delegating the generative phase of our work, we are signaling to the brain that our independent reasoning circuits are no longer a priority for metabolic maintenance. This creates a psychological trap called AI false mastery. When we read a coherent, well-structured machine output, our brain registers a subjective feeling of understanding. This feeling is deceptive. We are consuming a result, but because we bypass the struggle of producing it, we haven't built the neural infrastructure required to actually retain or apply that knowledge. This leads to a loop of cognitive debt. As our independent capacity weakens from disuse, the effort required to start a new thought feels higher. Our internal engine becomes stalled, making AI delegation feel like the only viable option. Habitual offloading transforms our tools from assistants into permanent cognitive crutches. We avoid this by categorizing every AI interaction. We must choose between the cognitive wheelchair, which encourages atrophy, or the cognitive gym, which builds strength. The primary defense is the first draft rule. Commit to 15 minutes of unassisted human generation before you consult any AI tool. This period of friction activates your memory networks. It ensures that when you finally use AI, it functions as an amplifier for your existing thinking, rather than an anchor for a blank mind. You are never in a state of cognitive maintenance. You are always either building or eroding. The physical brain you use today is the brain you will have tomorrow. Choose deliberately.